so we'll do the full spectrum. We'll do anything from a street car to a full-blown race car. The street cars, we don't like to see the A-pillar bars up by the head. I'm confident that somebody will get into a front-end collision and come up in the seat and smack the tubing without a helmet on, and that's going to cause more damage than if you didn't have it. So back half cages are anywhere from, say, about $700 installed up to $1,000. I did a beautiful FIA, boxed X with gussets, like a show type quality. Back half is about $1,500. That'd be about the max you could go. If you want to go to the track and you want to, say, race in with NASA or SCCA, $1,800. If that's all you've got, we can get it done. We can do something a little bit nicer for $2,000 and it adds a little bit more door protection. You spend about $2,500, you can go race just about any place in the world with that type of cage and feel pretty confident about it. Our WRC style cages, the rally cages, where rally cars are expendable, they're going to roll, you're going to roll, what's going to happen. They're about $3,500 for the top end cage. So, time attack guys, pro road racers, in that, I say if you spend between $2 and $25, you'd be right there.
When you have a customer test out a cage that you've built, do you ever get the opportunity to actually go in and dissect how your cage performs?
Yeah, and we've had some monster crashes. We've had, today with GoPros and all the and even data, you get to see a lot that you probably wouldn't have 10 years ago. So we get to see the car from, we had a Porsche Boxster go off at the outside of turn 2, between turn 2 and 3, went off, he got hit, and went off on the left and rolled about 9 times. It was spectacular. It was multiple 2 and 3 spins in the air and banging down, and we got to look at that cage, and we drove up to the valley and we got to go through it, spent a couple hours, took about 300 photos, and you really get to see what happens. And you can look for where cracks start, you can look at the paint, you can look at the tubes muffling and bowing and see how it goes. A lot of people are under a misconception that the cage is supposed to structurally stay together in those horrific crashes, and for the most part they do, but they bend and they absorb the energy, and you don't want to transfer the energy to the driver because that's what fractures and impacts and bumps and stuff. So you want give, you want move. I don't know that you want joints to fracture. We've had some joints fracture, but yeah, you want it to kind of absorb that.
So, what is the greatest problem you usually run into while building a cage?
The taller drivers getting the newer cars are different shapes than the older cars. The older cars were very square, very boxy. The angles were very mitered, and the newer cars, they are the winch angle, I guess. They're laid back a lot for aerodynamics and gas mileage and things, and trying to get the right radius of die to conform to the body, because you've got to maximize the safety. You've got to get those tubes right in the driver. That's the biggest challenge now, and every car is different. Like we've done, I have a book behind me that's got cheat sheet specs for all the cars we've done. We've done tons of the 911s and tons of the Boxsters and the Caymans. We've done a lot of Subarus now, but every once in a while we'll get an oddball car. We had a Lotus come in the other day, and the windscreen on the car was insane. It was insane. The top bend was very, very minimal. It was just, I walked it out with one of the, it was basically a coat hanger, but it was plastic. And we mocked it up, and it was like, it was a 21-degree bend or something like that. Cars of old were 45-degree bends. So.
On another note with that, what are some of the difficulties you deal with drivers trying to keep interior and get a cage in their car as well?
Yeah, this is a bit new for me, and I'm not struggling with it, but so. Door cards and armrests, and every car now, very few cars, I don't think you can buy a car that has roll-up windows anymore, unless they're Kia. Eli. So getting around that stuff and trying to make it safe and whatnot, and there has to be some kind of compromise. Like I said, on street cars, I don't particularly like to put tubes forward, but the time attack stuff, that is good. The time attack stuff is, we gotta make it happen.
What is the average time it takes you to complete a cage?
It's about 30 hours of physical work, and it's the actual tube bending and notching part is it's not as much as you think. It goes very quick. I can knock out an X and a NASCAR bar in a day on a car. A lot of it is prep. A lot of it's prep in the car, and it's prep in the floors. And the cars now, they have this wonderful pink leather seam sealer. Your car didn't, but most cars do. I actually we have to clean a little bit out. And you're trying to get tools in there, whether it's a hammer and a chisel to knock it out, or wire wheels, chemicals, dry ice, things like that to remove it. So it literally takes us about an hour a corner, an hour a point just to build the floor plates and boxes. Some of the boxes of yours get pretty intricate where we're trying to tie different parts of the car together. Your front box is like the Subaru, we build the cage off the rocker box or the sill. So we build a little pedestal mount stuff. It takes us about an hour a corner. So I'd say it's about 30 hours worth of work on a full WRC cage. It's about 80 hours or so, and based on our workload, it's a week to 3 weeks. Yeah. I don't understand. There's a lot of shops that will keep the car. I've heard as much as 6 months. I don't understand how they can make money when you got to survive and bills. We do back in, I think it was 06 or 07. We did 108 cages a year. Wow, 108 cages. That's 2 a week. That was 4 guys, and we were humping 50 of those were Porsches. So classics, so like spec box, spec not. So we cut a lot of those out. But I think these years we're building about 30 cages a year. So
what are some of the common metals used to build cages, and what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of each?
In America, we've kind of ruled out the RW, which was mild steel, and it was a seamed product. It was actually rolled on a flat plate and welded. And I think about 99 or 2000 was the last one that was probably built. They're still grandfathered in. If you have an old car, you can still run it. So now it's seamless steel, mild steel, which they call, there's a couple different names for it, but DOM or CDS is one. And then the other one is an alloy blended steel. The most common is chromoly, it's 4030. Misconception about chromoly was that it was lighter than mild steel. It's actually not. It's pound for pound. It weighs the same. The foot of chromoly is the same as a foot of mild steel. Yeah, provided that all the specs are the same. The sanctioning bodies, because chromoly was considerably stiffer, allowed you to make it out of thinner wall thickness, and thus the legend of chromoly. So the benefits of chromoly, and we use it when we build tubular chassis like trophy trucks, like Walmart trucks and things like that. Great for suspension control arms. Chassis races use chromoly every day here. It's very rigid. I think it's piece inch and a half 120. Its tensils like around 300,000, where mild steel is 140, and the shear on chromoly is pretty good too. So very rigid, very stiff. When you weld chromoly into a mild steel car like a Subaru or any of the road race cars, they're a different metal. They flex at different rates. You're liable to get some cracking over time. Chromoly work hard is probably quicker than mild steel. Flip side, when you use DOM, it's a very malleable deal. It's much stronger than the old mild steel that the RW we're talking about. I think the tensile strength is 320,000, almost 380, and again, mild steel is 140. So it's more than twice as strong. But it will absorb the impact, it absorbs the energy, it transfers it, it will bend in a crash, or chromoly will fracture and break. We're not using it in some of the sanctioning bodies anymore, like on the door bars, because guys are in the Trino Valley, the chromoly, rather than bend in, it would shear and you end up with a bar stuck in a guy's leg. So we've gone to more different type products.
Yeah, since you want to go with the DOM instead. Anything else you'd like to add? Anybody? Any other sway bars or anything?
Yeah, well, back to cages. So when you're looking for a cage builder, obviously you want to take a look at his work. You want to do your reviews online. Keep in mind that everybody has a different idea about what is good and what is bad. Everybody has a different idea about how many tubes are needed and how many aren't. I wrote a nice article, and I'll give you a copy, and we can post that up when some folks read through it. It's about assessment of the series and risk, and what's required, what the rule sets are trying to do. But I would be leery of anybody in the country that says they can build a cage for under $1,000, and I would be questionable of anyone in the country that says, yeah, it's about $6,000 to do your cage. You should be looking, to spend that in that $1,500 to $3,000 range to be safe.
Yeah, I figure for myself, it must be very similar to picking a tuner for your car, picking a cage builder. You have to be able to work with them, feel out what is best for yourself and the car, and also obviously the huge trust factor. With a tuner, you're talking about blowing your car's motor up.
Yeah.
And the cage builder, you're talking about killing yourself if the cage doesn't work properly. So it's something you really have to have that trust factor with your cage builder.
Yeah, absolutely. And some folks are rigid on that. Some cage builders are rigid. I had a customer, we did an E30 spec E30 car not long ago, and he went to a guy and he said, I will only build the cage with NASCAR bars on the driver's side. And he wanted to travel the car and he wants to be able to roll with them, so so flexibility, like you said, working with the driver. Some drivers have this crazy seating position they want to be in, and bars get in the way, so flexibility is cool, man.
That's good. Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely.